Okay. So we are in here still. I'm going to do, let's see, insert my add-ins. Okay. I'm going to try this website. All right. Well, it is not working. So I'm going to have to select a different website to use. So I came to this option. Okay. And see, it's right here. I've put in the site. I had to remove the HTTP because they provide it for you. Okay. Preview. There you go. So now it's here. All right. So I also added a couple things up here. Okay. Preparing studies for, careers in the arts. Okay. My title slide, an article. I'm going to embed. I'm going to remove this one. Okay. And I'm going to embed a document for this one. Let's see. I think this is a file. Here we go. So I just downloaded. Let's see. Oh, I like that. So let's see. I want to include, where'd that document go? Here we go. All right, downloaded it into computer apps. It came out as out. So I'll go and find it. Okay, let's see. And let's see. All right, didn't come out, so I'm going to download it again. And let's see, the degree they love to hate. Oh, right there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. All right, here we go. Okay, so, at this point, one of the things about, I guess, slides to keep in mind is you don't want a lot of text-heavy slides, as the Death by PowerPoint said. And really what you want to be considering is I'm going to be talking through this. So whatever layout or content I decide to use, like this one, it's going to have an impact on kind of like my presentation and how I speak, because it's going to prompt me. All right, so I'm going to edit in these two articles from my primary source. Say refreshing literature for MBAs. Okay. Now, part of, the work obviously is to read these articles and make sure that in citing them in my interview script or discussing them during my PowerPoint, I give credit. Of course, I look at the date though, so 1988 is kind of late or early. Okay, this is 2015. So I might even try and find a more recent one. I know we didn't really see that many. Let's see. Oh, I really like the picture a lot more than what you don't get the block due to copyright. See full page image from microfilm. Oh, it's beautiful. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to use this little piece right here. I'm going to think as, let's see. How do I want to frame this source? Let's see. Say debate in debates. Well, because this is more saying that, let's see. Yeah, the workshop method. Okay. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Skills or dreams? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to how I'm going to also pull the full image of this. Let me see. Let's see. I'm going to take a screenshot. Okay. Then I'm going to import it here. Oops. There's a new one. Go. Okay. So here we go. And then I'm going to insert a source. Okay. I'm going to do this by adding a caption. Let's see. I want to insert a caption for the image. Let's see, picture format. Okay, one way I can do that is with alt text. You know, a picture of a woman with flowers blooming. Description automatically generated. So this is an example of AI using this. Okay. Mark as decorative. Okay. So the image is in black and white. There we go. So now I've got my alt text. Okay, so now if a blind or low vision user were to use this, they would be able to see it. Okay, let's see. So I don't see a way to caption this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a text box. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I am going to insert this reference here into, no, not that way. I'm going to go to references. I'm going to manage my citations. I'm going to add a new citation. Okay. All right. This is an article in a periodical. New York Times is a periodical. And remember, again, to get to the New York Times primary sources, I came to the library, primary sources, New York Times historical. Okay. Log in 35 times. Okay. Okay. And you can search in here, say creative writing. And then I want to look at most recent. I'm going to put this. I'm going to update it by updating my date range. It should change what we see here. Let's see. Oh, no, it didn't. There we go. 2013. Yeah. Okay. So, yep, we had that one. Finding a voice in 2 languages. Okay. Okay. So I think I'm going to stick with the source that I have, which is The Degree They Love to Hate, this one. Okay. Which I already have. So one thing I can do, because I'm in the library now, this is a primary source for me, so I'm going to use it. I want to make sure that I cite it properly. Okay. So what I can do, I have 2 options here. I could copy this onto the clipboard. It'll allow me, in this particular one, to specify the format. Let me see, I have APA here. So go back, I'll say APA. I think I might change it to MLA. I like that more. I'm going to update my document too. Okay. So I'm going to come over here and put it here for the moment. It's not going to stay here like that. You notice how much prettier this format is, of course, than the Word one, but that's okay. So one of the ways that you will see professors grade papers is that they will look at how your attention to detail is. And so if they say MLA and one of your works cited pages looks like this, and then you've got like a section like this, and it's not cohesive, that's something that you're going to want to make sure that you clean up. Otherwise, you might get marked down on it. Okay. Just in general, that is where I lost the most points in my own studies first time around. Okay, the title is Degree I Love to Hate, Proliferation and Power of Creative Writing have inspired heated scholarly debate. Okay, long title. Periodical title. This is New York Times. Okay, we got my date information there, 2015. And the month is 4 and 12 pages. I don't know how many pages. Let's see. It says page 3. And let's look how. It starts on page 3. So I think that's how we'll leave it, because you know how the newspaper jumps around. Let's see, where did it start? B22. Okay. So that is what I'm going to use, is B22. Well, it says 3. So I'm gonna just say 3. Let's see. Okay. So we don't have a volume here. We don't have an issue. Issue's the date. We do have a website, so I'm going to copy that and come back in. Okay. I think this is good. And I don't think you need New York Times. The publisher is ProQuest. And interesting because it's not who it's who originally like printed the story, but it's who maintains it and who has ownership for it now and materializes it for us. Okay. All right, there's that. I'm now going to take the extra step just to copy this. I'm going to go back in to my citation. How do I edit? Edit source. Okay, and I'm going to add here under source the article. It's really not the ideal place for it. Really, I would like a URL. I guess we could call this also to an electronic resource. Nope, we're going to stick with a periodical for now. And just realize that, the options that may be available to us in the, the source exists. Yes. Okay. So now I can delete this here. And I'm going to copy this. I'm going to add that to my script as a note. Just, however, according to called again, the degree they love to hate, according to the degree Okay, and I'm listing it here in the main document. So I'm gonna emphasize it. There might be some particularities about how professors will request you in document, and there is, if you want to look at a source citation guide, I'm back on the main website now. I'm gonna almost bet they have some level of a, let's see, citation guide. Let's see, citation guide. No, let's see, guides, evaluating sources, linking to, oh, here we go, citing sources. That's what I wanted. Okay, so from the main website, come on in here. I'm using the MLA style. Oh, let me update that. There we go. Okay, just like that. It's all updated in here. Okay. MLA doesn't give us the date next to it, though. Do I want the date? Kind of like the date. So I'm going to use Chicago style instead. Okay. This. Okay, let me go back in here. So now I'm going to come to the library. I've come to my guides and help, citing resources, and got a lot of information here on how to do it, but it also provides you some tools too. I love tools, doing stuff for us. So there's these, Google Scholar aggregates stuff for you too. It's also a good one. If you want a way to manage your own resources on computer, obviously the one we've been looking at is Word. I love Mendel. I've used Zotero too, and BibMe. So these are all, and I would suggest kind of getting in the habit of this now, while you're starting. So it's kind of second nature for you to document all your sources that you use to create yourself your own database. Having your own database is really helpful for a number of reasons. I think I could actually do much better in citing all my research over the years. It sits mostly in Drive folders and things like that, and some old documents. So anyway, take a peek through these. These might be helpful for you. Okay, specifically to the style I'm using, I could come over here to Chicago style. And then let's see. So the title of the article, and now Word has done this formatting for me in this instance, but what I'm interested in is how do I, let's see, documentation style. So I'm going to check this one. Notes, and author date. Okay. All right, so here we go. So when you are using the notes and bibliography or author date style, you should always cite direct quotations, paraphrases and summaries, ideas and information, and any borrowed material. Okay, it doesn't really tell me though how in the document. I think it's just italicized. So I'm going to do it italics and leave it be. Let's see. Yes, no, I'm going to leave it with the way it is. Okay. I'm going to go back here. So anyway, if you need assistance with, formats, anything like that, that's here. There's tons of great resources. Please do check it out. Okay. All right. Again, I will say, attention to detail for professors of mine over the years. One of the most common reasons people got marked down, or even me myself got marked down, was I didn't cite it properly. I didn't use the correct style. There's, it is a thing. So just to be mindful of it. Okay. So what's the primary premise of her argument now? So let's go back into our article, our primary source. Okay. So the gist I got from reading this through the first time, yes. Okay. So it's a competitive space. Fair enough. Okay. So I'm going to say beast of burden, summarize, skills, I'm going to call this a room of her own. So there's a whole, or his or their own, everyone A room of one's own maybe would be the best. Okay, it's kind of been updated. Oh, it has been. Has been updated. Okay, so Virginia Woolf, excellent author. You'll probably come across her in your literature classes, but this is an adaptation of her book, and I would highly recommend it for anyone who may not have all the space at the moment that they kind of really need to focus on their work and take care of their responsibilities. So I appreciate that the intention of having space that's ours, that is sanctuary for us. So it's important for everyone to have the opportunity to have. Okay, jumping back into this. So, however, according to the Greek, they love to hate applications to MFA programs have increased significantly. And this is another place where I could now find a statistic. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So let's see. We're going to go to, I want MFA and BFA rates, US. Okay. Let's see. Interesting. All right. So we're going to say BFA rates instead. The cost of visual arts degree. Let's see. Oh, perfect. Even better. Okay. So I'm back on the Bureau of Labor Statistics, our good old friend. United States government has a wealth of data in general. One of my favorites, actually, just really quick to get on a nerd thing, Department of the Interior plus Tableau. So the Department of the Interior has like a total data nerd running things. And they have this incredible map. So Tableau, no. Oh, come on. Let me see. Well, that kind of makes me sad. So anyway, many years ago when I worked in the federal government, there was a really incredible visualization, not by Chloe, but this is a very nice one, where it did a map basically of all the national parks, and it had data on like traffic. Let's see, national parks plus. I can't find it. I will go back. Aha, here it is. Please still be up. Yay. Okay. I'm going to drop a link to this in the chat, but you can also come to it as you search. Those aren't the rows you were looking for. Oh, nerd humor. So, okay, here we are. Anyway, this looks at all of the national park systems. Okay, make this a little bit bigger. Okay, it's not going to work. So you can see there are 94 national parks, national historic sites. Just one way to represent data. Okay, this is their locations. So I could, oops, whoop. My bad. So Tableau can be a little bit less friendly to navigate in the maps than the Google Maps. Okay. So we have Saratoga National Historic Park, Marsh Billings Rockefeller National Historic Park. Okay, so these are the federal lands around us. This is, let's see. Well, this is not the visualization I was looking for, but that's okay. It's too bad. It was absolutely magnificent. This is a good one too, but this is not the one I was looking for. All right. Anyway, back out of the rabbit hole. I'm going to find some data on how many people masters in fine arts. Okay. So 2 to 3 year program. I'm actually going to link to this site too. I think this is going to be a good primary source for me to use. Okay, let's see. Okay. This is a really helpful website. Provides a lot of information. But it doesn't give me what I'm looking for specifically, which is the number of people that are graduating. All right, here we go. Okay. So this is also slightly different. So you see on the other video talk through, we went through some of the, how many people are in the workforce. I think I'm going to also update to include this information. So let's see. So there are roughly 1.5 million in the workforce. This says there's over 2 million people in that. So this must have been, this is 152 million. This is 2 million. Big difference. Thanks, kids. Extra zeros really add up. So, all right. So according to the IMF, we have this statistic. I'm then going to say, okay, let's see. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, actually, I'm going to put it right here. There were 2 million. I'm going to say 2.6 million. Occupational outlook. I think jobs, occupational element. So, okay. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to decipher what they're saying. Okay, here we go. Employment. There it is. So it's saying that of folks who completed degrees, okay, all right, there were, let's see, individuals working in the fine and performing arts. Performing arts in the United States. So now I've gone from, one second, actually, let me come back to that. So with a median wage, of, so the average across the country is 42,000. Okay. Percent employed part-time, 23%. And 23% of these individuals are employed part-time. Okay. So reporting against NESAC's data. They're employed specifically as a writer author. Okay, so we've gone from, let's see, the IMF's global estimate, 152 million people employed in the United States, to the 2.6 million individuals working in the fine and performing arts in the United States and their median salary, to the specific job title of writer and authors as of May 2021, estimated to be in the United States, as well as their main wages. Okay. Then we go down at one step further. We looked at, the average salary in Vermont, which is higher. I think the range is pretty good, but it's definitely higher than the median. So at least, what I've determined so far is writers that live in Vermont are doing pretty well. So I feel pretty confident still that I'm making a good decision about pursuing writing. Maybe I don't want to, go get an FNA, MFA. According to them, it's expensive. So we still haven't answered the original question we came to this website for, was how many people are actually concentrated on this. So let's look. I think creative writing is usually under the other. The drama and theater arts, music, fine arts, commercial art, graphic design, these are a little bit more straightforward, whereas writing is kind of typically over in its own. So it's interesting that education, instruction, library occupations are so high. Information sciences is something that I personally think is really fascinating. So let's see. Okay, top employing occupation for workers. Okay. Post-secondary teachers, substitute teachers. All right. Okay. So that's, look at that. And they're helping me out with the citation, which I appreciate. And look at this, view chart data. Let's see what happens when we open this up. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So at the end of the day, I think it's helpful information. Okay. So, and there are definitely like more folks in the performing arts that are employed part-time than in other fields, but that might also be like a sort of lifestyle choice too. So, okay. Anyway, don't go to business school. Don't go to graduate school. There are not enough tenure jobs to go around. That's true. But I also think that, you should do exactly what you want with your education, and what you take from advice from others is what you take from it. And at the end of the day, you are the one who's going to be, showing up for those classes, as paying back that debt. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Hamilton Project. The Brookings Institute found that those early career earnings of art school bachelor's degree are among the lowest. Very low in the pack. Okay. So this is something that I want to also, let's see, are especially giving others little hopes of dependable returns on investment. Okay. This where Ponzi scheme. They're calling it. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm gonna pull this one in.
I know, watching that again.
Why? What happened?
Teletubbies.
Oh, Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Teletubbies are weird. I agree.
Did I used to watch them?
No. Okay, so
the weirdest thing about the Teletubbies is like the son they have is basically a head of a baby.
Oh, that's so strange. Yeah, they're very sort of disproportionately shaped, huh? Their bodies are a little bit interesting.
It's just so creepy.
Are kind of creepy.
Can you move my furry chair back in here?
Yeah, you want to come work for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me pause this 1 second.
Teletubby.